Right, so by popular demand, today's video is going to be about creatine. Creatine is probably the most researched supplement out there. You can get creatine through your diet, predominantly through meats like beef and pork. The average diet will kind of give you roughly a gram a day. If you want to see any performance benefits, you're probably going to want to supplement on top of that. So to understand how it works, we're going to start with some basic science. The body has different energy systems that it prefers to use depending on the duration of the exercise that you're doing. Creatine system is predominantly used for really short duration exercise. We're sort of talking 10 to 15 seconds worth of work. What this system can do is provide you with energy really quickly, but it has a really small capacity, so it runs out really fast. And it takes about 3 minutes to replenish. I'm not going to go into detail about this reaction, but all you need to know is that phosphocreatine is broken down into creatine and it forms energy in the process. So if we can supplement with creatine, we can make this energy system last longer before it runs out. So who would benefit from creatine supplementation? We're really talking about maximal exercise under 30 seconds. In the gym, it's also been shown to increase fat-free mass, number of reps completed in training, strength, hypertrophy of type 2 muscle fibers. So we're really talking about the gym, repeated sprint performers, game sports like football or rugby. So how would you go about supplementing creatine? Quite often people do a strategy called creatine loading. Basically, you will take on board 20 grams per day, split up into smaller 5-gram doses throughout the day. What that does is get you to the ceiling level quickly. It can cause GI distress, so it's not 100% necessary to do it that way. If you take smaller doses, you can still get to the ceiling level, it just takes that little bit longer. Also, the amount that you can increase your creatine stores by very much depends on where they are at the beginning, and everyone is different in that respect. Some people have very high creatine levels naturally. So when you take on board creatine, you want to take it whilst you're having a meal with carbs. The uptake is insulin dependent. It does also cause you to gain a little bit of water weight, and that's because it increases hydration within the muscle cells. So if you're an athlete who very much depends on weight or power to weight ratio, that might be something you want to consider, or maybe cycle it or periodize it throughout your trainings. On the whole, I would recommend people to take 5 grams per day. I use the creatine tablets from USN. So let me summarize. Creatine supplementation can increase the efficiency of the PCR system. It's really beneficial for exercise under 30 seconds. It's been shown to increase fat-free mass, strength, number of reps performed, and hypertrophy of type 2 muscle fibers. Make sure you consider the extra weight and the impact that that might have on your sport.